the second lesson, we're going to go through a few things that we need to know before we start playing. We are going to go through the embouchure, which is how you hold your mouth. We're going to go over how to hold your instrument and how to put your instrument together. The only instruments that will not have a demonstration on how to put your instrument together are going to be the brass instruments, which are trumpet and trombone. To get the right sound on the flute, you want to tighten the corners of your mouth, but keep your lips relaxed. So it would look something like this. And if you want, you kind of want to add a little bit of a frown into it. And so then when you play the flute, when you're first starting, it's best to start with just the head joint. So here you can either cap it with your hand and play, or let it blow out. As you get to be a more advanced player, you can learn how to make the sounds go higher, and then it'll sound something like this. If you want to try that right now, you would have to tighten your lips a little bit to create the higher sound. You can practice with that for a little bit. The angle of your airstream is also going to be very important as when getting the right sound. When you first get your flute, it should come in the case in a position like so. From here, you are going to take your head joint and the body, and this is the top of it with the tiny keys, and the bottom of it has 3 or 4 keys here. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick the head into the top here where the brand is also, and it'll only fit in this way. If you try to shove it in the other way, it will not work and you will most likely break it if you succeed. The foot joint and the body go in here, and you want to line up, this is called the E flat key. You want to line up the middle of this with this bar right here, so that when you're playing, you can easily access your pinky onto there. Holding the flute is very important because, as you can see, there are a lot of keys. So how you're going to hold it is this key back here, obviously for your thumb. Thumb is going to go on this one right here. And then your hands are going to just hover right above the keys like so. And your index finger is going to go on this one, your middle finger is going to go on this one, your ring finger is going to go on this one, and your pinky is going to go on this one. And that's your left hand, so you can just hold it with your left hand if you want. Your right hand are going to be on these 3 keys, your index, middle, ring, and then your pinky is going to be here. So then, I mean, obviously you don't want to play with all these keys down because it'll sound like trash, but that is what we're going to learn today, 3 new notes. So yeah, you can just get comfortable with these notes, the hands right here.
Okay, so to put together the saxophone, you'll need to put on your neck strap so you don't drop it. Get the body, and then you gotta take, this is the neck. Be careful not to put any pressure on this key, you will bend it and it will affect your saxophone. Put it in, make sure this is loose or it won't fit. And so put it into this hole. You want to line up the middle line here with that little gray stick. Make sure that's centered. Tighten that little screw you just loosened. Not too tight because then you won't be able to get it out. Then you're going to take the mouthpiece, put it on this cork here. Goes about middle. You'll have to change it every time you tune, depending on the weather. Line that up. Then you take your reed. That should be soaking in your mouth as you're putting the instrument together. or it won't play. And then you just line up the reed where you have straight up and down a little sliver of the mouthpiece showing, just like less than a millimeter. Put on, this is your ligature. Put the smaller side on top, bigger side on bottom, over the reed. Don't put too much pressure over the reed or it will break. Line it up. Tighten this screw one time all the way around. Top screw half a turn. There you go. Okay, so to hold the instrument, you need to put your thumb, this black dot right here, is where you rest it, and then it'll move up to this octave key, and that's when you want to go higher up the scales later on. Your right thumb goes under this little hook here, and that's where you hold most of the weight. Your index finger goes on this first circle, and then skip the little one. Middle finger goes on that second big circle. Ring finger goes on that third one. And your pinky usually is just in the air because you don't play it till notes later. And it'll just move throughout these 4 keys here. Next hand, the index finger goes on that first white circle. Middle finger second, ring finger third. And then your pinky goes on these 2. That's it. Okay, so this is a mouthpiece cover. You use it to protect your reed. Be very careful when you put it on so you don't chip the reed. And it's only there for when you're not playing. So for embouchure, to play your instrument, you want to make a circular shape with your mouth. Not too much up and down pressure. You'll need a more vertical or more horizontal pressure than what you think you need. But it's correct. Just want to make a circle, pinch in the corners, have up and down pressure. You need to tuck in your lower lip on your teeth. You're gonna bite down with your top teeth on the top of the mouthpiece, and not too hard, or you won't be able to get any sound out. So circular motion, like this. Tuck in the corners, and when you want to change notes, there's this thing called tonguing, and all you do is press about the middle of your tongue gently on the tip of the reed, and that's it.
Okay, so to put your trumpet together, it's really easy. You just take your mouthpiece and you put it into here, and you want to turn it quarter circle, not more or not less, because if you turn it more, it's going to get stuck there, and if you do it less, it's going to come out. So 1/4 circle, and that's it. Okay, so to oil your valves, because they can get stuck if you don't oil them, you have to use valve oil. Okay, so you take out your valves one by one. There you go. Okay, so then you want to put the oil. You don't want to put this in your clothes or in any furniture because it will stay there. So you have to be very careful when you use this, okay? So you just want to apply a little bit of it all over the valve, like so. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to put it in. And then you're going to screw it on. And then you just have to move it up and down so the oil gets everywhere in the valve. And then you just do the same thing with the other 2. Okay, so to hold it, your left hand is gonna go, either your ring finger or your middle finger is gonna go through here. I do my ring finger because my hands are small. And then your thumb is gonna go through here. And then that's how your left hand goes. And then now for your right hand, your pinky is gonna go here. Your 3 fingers are gonna go on top of here. And then your thumb has to go inside here. A common mistake is people just leave it like this, and it's a lot just like this. And it's a lot harder to play like this, especially when you're going fast. So you have to make sure you get that thumb in there, and then that's how you play it. That's how your hands are supposed to go. To get your embouchure nice and squared away, you have to use only your mouthpiece. Okay, so you have to use your non-dominant hand. So I'm a righty, so I'm gonna use my left hand. You use your first 2 fingers and and your thumb. These 2 are just here. And this is very important. People get very strict about this. This is how you hold your mouthpiece. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to roll in your lips a little bit. a little like this, and you want to make the top, like your teeth, equal. Usually your top teeth are a little in front of your bottom teeth because you want to make those equal. You don't want to close your teeth. You're not playing like this. You gotta have a little space in between. Now to play, you set your embouchure here, and you start to blow. You gotta use your abdomen. That is very important. You don't want to use all of your lips. That is just gonna tire you out a lot quicker. You have to use your abdomen. So, and then you can do that continuously, so you can really get your embouchure squared away in your mouthpiece. Okay, so after doing a few of these, what you can do is called sirens. Okay, so you're gonna start at your bottomest note, and then you're gonna work your way up. And then you do that over and over again. And then once you're ready, your lips are nice and warmed up, you put your mouthpiece back in, and you start to play.
So to get a sound out of your mouthpiece, you're going to have to set up your embouchure first. So what you're going to do first is tighten the corners of your mouth, but keep your lips relaxed, so it's going to look like this. And you just blow out. So today I'm going to teach you how to hold the trombone. So we're going to start with our left hand. So you want to make like a finger gun, and you put, since I have a trigger, you guys probably don't have a trigger. So what you're going to do with your thumb is going to put your thumb back here on this little valve thing. And then you're going to put your index finger on the mouthpiece. And then you're going to put your 3 other fingers, wrap it around the first valve, and then this part of the trombone. And now with your right hand, you're going to do like 3 fingers, your index finger, your middle finger, and your thumb. And you are going to hold the slide like this so that you can go.
When sitting in a chair for playing, you don't want to be sitting back with your legs out, extended, or your legs crossed or whatnot. You want to be sitting on the front third of your chair so you have space behind you, with your legs, with the bottom of your feet planted on the ground. Again, like no leg up, no cross the legs or whatever. And you don't want to lean back against this either, because you could easily do this, right? And your feet are going to be either parallel in front of you, or one can be out further in front of you. I'm more comfortable that way. And then have a straight back while you put your instrument up and play.